Welcome back, you filthy animals. I can say that because it's Christmas time, and just like the most amazing Bruce Willis movie that took place in a lobby, in a building, on Christmas Eve, you know what I'm talking about, which is one of the all-time greatest Christmas movies ever. So is Home Alone, which of course is what I'm referencing. Everybody else, oh, I don't even need to mention the name Die Hard, and everybody knows it's a Christmas movie. But what am I doing with the Raptor in the garage, sort of all the way? I have, speaking of Christmas, what I'm counting as an early Christmas present. Let me show you. Look at these beauties right here. All wonderfully packed. If I could close it down. You're ruining the shot box. There we go. From Lasfit. And what do we have from Lasfit? We've got these beauties right here. If I can get them out of the box. Normally, it should be a much more like high quality reveal, but that's not what we do here. We just yank it out like you were really pulling it out of the box with excitement. Look at this. Now, why would I be changing out lights when I already have them? Well, I'll tell you why. Because these super good quality lights from Lasfit are probably going to be, two of these are probably going to be as bright and maybe even brighter than all four of those. Now, those are really cheap ones. They're like, you can get them in the teens when they or go on sale or even normally. But we put those on a year ago and they're still working. They are still working, I'll give them that. But look at the finish on these. All the paint, the finish is just coming right off of those on both sides. And so the other benefit by these guys having two different versions, there's an 18 watt and then a 30, what is this one, 36 watt, is I can only have two to get the probably the same again or greater light, and that leaves me room for two more, which is why I'm gonna put in these fog lights. Now, one of the awesome things about Lasfit, if you're looking for lights, is they're super customizable by not just wattage, but range too. Because you can buy here a flood light, a spotlight, a driving light, or a fog light. All of them you can get in either the white lens or the yellow, but there's something even bigger than that, because normally you just get kind of whatever degree that the lights come out and that's it, but not with these guys. So for example, on the floodlight, you have 65 degree on the light pattern. That's sides and tops, which is really great because that's gonna be really bright. And why would you want those? Well, for me, when I drive out in the woods at night, it just transforms that night experience. Instead of just kind of following the road with your lights or maybe seeing a little bit of the bank, it just highlights everything. The tree trunks, the branches, the canopy. I mean, it's so cool. It adds to the experience of being like immersive out there. And you get to see cool stuff like owls swooping down and bats and things that you'd never see at night. So it's super awesome. And then when you go to something like the fog light, that would be like the worst spread ever. If I had like a 60, if I had those floodlights at 65 degrees, it would light up all the fog. It would be terrible, right? You wouldn't want that. That's why when you're driving, you put your low beams on. So the driving lights, no, excuse me, let's go with the fog lights. They are 36 degrees horizontal, so nice and wide, pretty wide anyway, in front of your vehicle, and only 6 degrees vertical. So it's a super tight beam that's cutting through the fog. And then if you want like a driving light, those are 24 horizontal, 8 vertical, so a little bit more. And then spotlights are just 10 degrees all the way around. So I'm pretty excited to have the ability to customize these and see what they'll do. So my plan is to close this, at least some, because it's really cold out there, to get a little bit of the wind out. It won't be much, but let's give it a shot. No. Oh. Nope. I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. You pull the release the hounds. No, it cushioned on that. Well, that worked out all right. It's not really all that much better, but it's a little bit better because it's cold out there. So psychologically a little bit better. Okay, let's do it. So the first thing I got to do is get these old ones off. Let me show you something really weird about these. See that bracket? It mounts on the top, but then instead of normally they mount on the side, they got this funky deal where it slides back and forth. And I kind of think the idea was cool. Oh, I look like Gilligan. Got my sailor hat on. It kind of works, but it's really actually doesn't overall. And I ended up having to flip those mounts upside down and make them work. So if you do get these cheap ones, you can watch our other video on how to make that work, because that was probably one of the most frustrating parts. So I'm pretty excited to see what the mounts are in these, but let me get these off of here first so that we can get the cool new ones in place. I am really excited to get some lights with much better mounts. So that's cool. One's down. Let's keep this puppet moving. Okay, so we've got the old lights out. I've got this really sweet aftermarket bracket that I had powder coated and put in there so you can mount these, because the Raptor does not come with lights here. But somebody figured out that it would look super cool, and they were right. And you can do one or two. I like two. But I've got to get the old wiring out, and I want to rerun the wires, because this company has you can buy the lights just as is, and it comes with that plug and a little pigtail in the end, or you can buy a wiring kit like this one right here, which is so nice. It's got the built-in switch and everything. Now, I don't need the switch on this one, although I'm going to save it and use it for something else, like that little beauty over there, and a little four-wheeler project. However, for this one, I want to rerun the wires, not only because it has a factory clean plugs, but I'm going to be putting two different lights on here that I want to have two different switches for, one for the fog and then one for the flood, and I want to use those on the Raptor switches. But if I didn't have that, I could make my own switch. So let's pull that out. You can see it's kind of all tucked in under there, and they've got it taped onto a bunch of other wires, which is another reason why it'll be nice to change this. I don't know how well it was ran or how many breaks or whatever, so then we'll get not only cleaner, but this is some nice thick wire. I really like it. I'm impressed. So let's keep going. Something kind of funny, I didn't show it, but this thing, all these wires were taped, and it was taped like a good 1.5 feet. And I don't blame the other guy for doing that, because it was a lot more work. And then I was thinking, if Dr. Tork was here, he might be laughing right now and trying to say that I did it last time. I don't remember taping that much. I don't think I usually would, but I taped some. But just to, tuck wires and keep them together. But he might have been like, no, you taped the whole 1.5 feet. So better not complain about that one. So, man, I feel like I'm Darth Hoodius, Dr. Tork over here. But it's cold, even with the garage door down. Listen, these lights and the difference in quality between these ones I got here, this is off of Amazon, and this already is dramatic. This is so much heavier than these, and it's got a lot more cooling fins in a way. They're just shaped differently, but the brackets are going to go on over light. And the neat thing about this is, if someone were to hook you up with the proper code, you might check the description down below. These guys, if you get the 18-watt Sport, are actually comparable in price to these guys, which are most definitely not going to be that bright. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's super exciting. And if you want to go up to the more expensive one, these guys range, you can get them on their site from like Lasfit from like 19, I think, of some of the ones. Again, if you get a sale with the proper code that we have, plus that help us out. We only put those up for products that we genuinely like, and we're going to give our final verdict at the end. But so far, the quality on these feels awesome. And they range all the way up to, you can spend over a couple $100 on a set, which is what I have right here, because I want these to be ultra bright. It's dark here up in upstate Idaho, and it tends to get dark quick. So what do we do about that around Christmas time? We put up lights. I'm just happening to be putting them on the Raptor. Let's do a little test here. I was just thinking about something. Let's take two of these and hook them up over on this side and turn them on, where you got a lot of stuff that can glow, and you can see maybe the full range of the one that's on here. Since I got it in the garage, it's a little bit dark, and then we'll turn on, then we'll try it with the new ones. I think that sounds fun. Okay, let's hop out and look at that. So we see, not very overwhelming, is it? And that's both of them still on. I didn't disconnect. Nope, that's both of them. And it's got the shop light underneath helping a little bit. Okay, so that's our before. It's kind of up here a little bit, but not much. Good comparison. Okay, I got the wiring kit out. Let me show you what this big old wad of wires looks like. It's a very nice kit because, for starters, It's got the plugs that go straight into the lights, so that's like outstanding. And then you have, they run up to this little switch box here, which has a built-in fuse. That's like super awesome. I really like that. And then normally what you do is you plug this into your battery, and then you just find a ground. I would not use your ground on your truck. I mean on the battery. I'd find a ground on the truck or whatever it is you're bolting to. And then this one is your switch, which has got a really nice long run to it. And then you switch right here. So good job, Lasfit, on including a nice wiring kit. That's really cool. That is a nice surprise. Okay. All right, let's keep on moving, shall we? So the first thing I got to figure out, pretty sure the bracket goes up and that longer extension goes out. But let's see what the instructions say. Oh, yep, that goes down. Okay, great. So I've got to figure out if that bracket is going to be too big for that light to hang down. If it's going to hang down too low, or if I'm going to have to like do some modifying on the bracket. But that is right up our alley. So I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is put the spotlight on the outside, so it has because it's like wide and up and down as possible, and the more narrow focused one on the inside, which is the fog light. So flood, if I said that wrong, on the outside, fog on the inside. Okay, let's get to work. Here's our bracket. Looks like we've got a slight arch to it to go either way. They are suggesting it's arched towards the front like this. And okay, pretty straightforward. Looks like we got a couple bolts, and then we got an Allen wrench in there. So that's cool. That's nice they included that. You know what would be really cool? If I have to slide this up one, I don't know if it'll do it, but if these holes are big enough to fit that bolt, and if you can slide it up one. I don't know. Oh, it is. It looks like it is. And if I had to flip this around, if I need a little bit more room, yes, it is. See, check that out. I mean, that's almost as tight a tolerances as I can get. That's just barely up above that. That is awesome. One of the things that I look for is included hardware, because if something's missing, I can always run down to the hardware store, but who wants to do that? You want to have everything in your kit. And so I was really wondering if they were going to include both washers and lock washers, and they did. 2 different sizes for the bigger bolts, and then these Allens have smaller. So very good. That's a nice thumbs up, Lasfit. Nice work. Okay, on my truck, I do not have enough clearance with these brackets and this bumper, so that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to tuck that in and make it tighter. It turns out that hole isn't quite big enough to fit this. So not quite on purpose, but it's close, and I can easily make that slightly bigger. Just drill a little hole and then paint it with some encapsulating paint so that it doesn't rust, because these are really nice. So let me fix that, and then we'll get to the install. If I was really cool, I would have a drill press, but I don't. So I am the drill press. The nice thing about selecting the hole size here is that we already know what it's supposed to be. So you just find a drill bit that just fits in there, and then you just drill it. I might put it in a vise, or I might just hold it in my hands, but I am going to wear gloves. It probably won't provide much protection, but better than nothing. All right, and we wanted the down inside. Let's hope this works. Ow. Ow. I decided to go back to the drill, but a smaller bit that fits in there, and I'll just kind of egg it out a little bit. And I've been doing that for a minute, and I think it's going to work. Oh, like nothing. All right, I'm going to touch this up with paint and put it back on. We're ready to go. Little encapsulating paint, black, so that it matches. We're good to go. Get back there. That is a loud sucker. Okay, the big test. The really big test. Let's put the wire back there, and then let's line up that hole. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. I can adjust it. Oh man, that's cool. That's exciting. Okay, well, let's get that bolted in then, and let's do that with all of them. First of the lights going in. Oh, I'm pretty excited about this. All right then. Okay, I got both of them in. So now it's time to step back and see what this looks like. So I'm gonna look at the same time as you. I'm gonna make sure the lights are on. Hooda! Oh, that looks awesome. That looks so good. Oh man, I love it. I really like from aesthetics the way those lenses look and the two different colors. So one of the things about Lasfit, these lights are not, there's a lot of engineering that goes into these, and this is why it attracted my attention. Let me see if I can turn this on. Do you see all the facets in there and things? It's designed to reflect a lot more light where it's supposed to go. So it's not just brighter, it's the lens and the facets and everything in there. And so, but I love the way those look. Those look good. Oh, don't you like it? I think that's awesome. Oh man, I'm totally excited about it. Wow, you can even see when I turn the light on, they reflect light back. That's cool. Okay, let's get the other side on so we can actually test these, but I'm so glad those fit. Oh, that was close. That was close. Man, that looks good. It fills them right up. Okay, so if you got a Raptor and you got one of these front bumpers, it does fit. Yay. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep on rolling. This is actually a pretty interesting opportunity to see what the truck looks like, this bumper with and without the lights. Because personally, I think it looks way, way better with those lights. It just looks kind of like an empty bumper there. It's not bad, but I was like, that's what it was supposed to be. I'm so glad somebody thought about this, because I'm saying with this bumper, getting those lights on there really fills it out. And when I was looking for one of these trucks, I was hoping somebody had already done this. And if they hadn't, I was going to do it. But look, let's just get the, look right there, except for the dangly cord. Pretty big difference, huh? That's awesome. I love it. Okay, both sides are on, and that is looking good. Oh, I like it. Oh, that looks great. I love that that yellow adds just an extra touch to the way the front of this looks. Just an extra touch of aesthetic color. Just like the yellow extension cords. Perfect. Okay, well, let's get to wiring. I'm gonna run, well, I'll show you what I gotta do. We got these guys right here, these little stubs that go on, which is perfect because those plug into the factory and they got a couple in. So I'm gonna run those and seal them with some watertight. These are really cool because they're heat shrink butt connectors, but they also have some solder in there. So that's excellent. So let's get the wiring ran from side to side, and then finally we can test these out and we can see if one of those is brighter than two of the other ones. I think it might be. We'll find out. Okay, I've got two of these prepared for the left side here, with a short ground, because I'm going to combine those and run a ground on each side and then a longer one for my power. So now I'm going to do a really cool heat shrinky job on these. Man, this thing is loud. I got it from Harbor Freight. Seriously, I need to wear ear protection with this. Criminy. Sheesh, that's loud. Okay, check it out. All shrunk up and sealed. And you can kind of see when you get them tight enough because the glue sort of bonds on there. And it looks like I've got to run that one a little bit more. It's like looks like water almost. All right, sweet. Okay, I got them all done. I've got both these grounds running into one, which I'm going to plug in. I've got both my power wires ready to go. And now it's time for some proper lead management, wire management. I really, really, really like to make sure the wires aren't hanging down and run around. So I'm going to run them nicely in here when they make sense. Then I'm going to go ahead and get me some wire ties, some zip ties, put them on and clip the ends and make it look pretty. Yeah, let's do it. All right, have a look here. So I've got, as you know, everything ran here to this side from the right. And now I've got, or the left side if you're inside, whatever. I've got a ground hooked up here which is a different spot than I had over here because I can't get to that one down below. This is all the lines for the supercharged cooler here, so I just picked a different one, which is a mount for the supercharger, and it worked perfect. And I've got all my grounds hooked up now, and all that's left is to hook up all the power. This is the lines coming from inside the cab right here, so I've got to hook those up to these and to these. And we're gonna have ourselves some awesome lights, I think. I cannot wait. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, I've got the wiring tucked in pretty good in here. There's maybe just a little bit more management I might do, but it's really good, and I don't want to completely finish until I have these tucked away where I want them. So now is the big time where we turn off some lights. I'm a little nervous. I'm actually a lot nervous about this, but you got to try it sooner or later, right? So let's kill the lights in here. Gotta kill all of them. Woo, I can't see nothing. Here we go. This is for all of them, all the marbles. Switch one. Oh, there's light. Except I can't hardly see because the hood's in the way. Hold on. Okay, well, this is really great so far. Let's close this. Yeah, let me just close this a little bit. Okay. There it is. Wow. Those are definitely really bright. And I'd say if I close this one off, that is as bright as the other one. I think it is as bright as those two. That is awesome. Let's try. Ooh, that looks cool like that. What is this light? Oh, that's the courtesy light. I was like, what the heck is that light? It's dark in there before. Okay, let's try the fog lights. That was a flood. I like them so far. And nothing. Oh, whew. I didn't have the accessories on. Oh, okay. I was like, crap. Holy moly. Holy Toledo, those are bright. Those are way bright. Hold on, let's go check it out. Holy moly. Oh, wow. Those are way brighter than the other ones. Way brighter. Holy smokes. Okay, so I am down the same road that we were going down when we tested the other lights. But I'm gonna turn the lights off. We're gonna turn these on. Well, that is wow, that is excellent. That is really wide field of view. Oh my gosh. That is definitely got more range and more coverage than the other ones did. I think I need to adjust them up a little bit, but wow. Okay, those probably need to be adjusted up a little bit too, but that is gonna really help in foggy conditions. I'm gonna adjust those just a little bit up. So let's turn on our high beams, and then let's turn these on. Oh, I'm happy about that. That is gonna, look at that, that lights up the whole night. And if I really wanted to make it look more like sunlight, I'll just turn on the yellows. Wow. Okay, that's huge. That is really excellent. I am very happy with both of those. Look at that. That's cool. Look, and see how you can see the trees and things on the edge? I don't know if you can see it on the camera because it's very dark, but it's super bright. That's a definite improvement over the other ones. I love it. I'm gonna show you one more thing. So what I wanted to have happen when you have the high beams on is I wanted these lights right here, the floodlights, to fill in between the headlights, the high beams, and the front of the truck. Plus I wanted to light up all the trees, and man, does it do it. That is outstanding. And this one really is going to do, I think, a good job when you have those really bad foggy conditions. I mean, like, it doesn't go very far, and that's the whole point. When it's really bad, I can see right in front of me. Awesome. So I am going to say, if you are interested in LED headlights, if you're interested in these pod lights, light bars, Lasfit has floor mats, custom floor mats. Give them a chance. Check them out. Give them a try. I am super happy with the product and the quality, their service, their customer service. And you know what? If you go there, Tell them Motors and Mischief sent you. Tell them Uncle Jake sent you, because you know what? They don't have to sponsor us on these videos like that. And that was really cool. And when we get a nice product and a great company, we're gonna promote them for sure. And there's a discount code in the description, so you can save money. They got range on these lights from pretty darn inexpensive, and yet still the same quality build, all the way up to these really, really nice ones, if you want even more light. So, okay, there you go. Listen, thank you for hanging out with us. That was so awesome. And I'm gonna definitely big thanks to Lasfit. I am highly recommending them. These lights are awesome. They're high quality, and hopefully some of the Raptor folks are gonna like the way that looks on the front bumper. And if you don't, put it on your Jeep or your other truck. Man, they're cool. Listen, it's Uncle Jake on behalf of Motors and Mischief, and Joel too, because he ain't here to say thank you. He was a big part of it. We're gonna take you out with the very nighttime. It's appropriate because we're testing night lights with the patented pending fist bump Friendship. We got plenty of other stuff on Raptors and lights and all kinds of good stuff if you like it. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Take you out. Whoop-ow. The project. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll try. Okay, cut this part out and let's get back to work. When there ain't no heat, you cheat. Oh. Cut, reset. Cameraman. Steven, pay attention. You all right? Okay. Oh, hair, makeup, wardrobe.